Hi everyone, it's Shah, and I'm just coming to you with an update on my closed friendship journal challenge. I have started doing putting all the pages into the friendship journals. I have done two because I knew what I was going to do with those, but they are out of order, as in so I've got number 2 and 3. As you'll remember, if you'll remember, I did start number 1, but I've sort of went on to the other because I had a clear direction what I wanted to do with those, but I just don't know how I'm going to secure these just yet. So that is number 1 is going to be finished, and I'll show you some other things, what I'm doing with the other journals, but I have completed. Without there's a few little things I've still got to do, but I've got number 2 and 3 here to show you. So this one is number 2, and it's got that's number 2 there, and this is number 3. So I'll put number 3 aside for just a moment, and I will just go through number 2 with you. So what I decided to do was, and why I haven't finished number 1, I've got the others to go, and I'll explain to you as I go. I've decided to use something, some girls sent in some extra things that I thought were too nice to sort of just put away, so I decided to use them on the journals. So I don't know if you recall, I did talk about doing like an open what do you call it, spine, and my idea was I wanted all the pages to be together, like as in I didn't want to put them all together, stack them up and stitch them in like one signature. I wanted each page to be together, so that's what I've done. So I've sewn each of them in separately, and what I've got here is, this is Eva Sefiradu sent this pretty dangle charm, and I just thought I'd set this one off really lovely. And the other thing I was going to do was when I put them together, I was going to stitch buttons down, like a strap and buttons, but I did do that, and it was way too wobbly. It's a bit wobbly anyway, because when they get really big like this, you've got no stability. So I sort of ditched that idea, but I put some pearls, some shell buttons. I've put a doily in there to put everything together. I'll show you what I've done there. I've used an old book, a vintage book cover. I've used the pages for that, and you can see a little bit better on the back here. It's really lovely. I just love it the way it is. It's fabric. It's one of those fabric covers, and it's been through a lot. Tells a bit of a story. So I've used the cover on the front and the back, and just for something to add a little bit of interest, I've put a friendship quote on the front and extended that page out that way a bit, so that it sort of evens things up a bit. It looked nice without it, but I thought that was a nice thing to put on about friendship. I've got some corners, some metal corners, and then I've secured it with a rusty clip, bulldog clip, and a chain. So to go inside, in this particular journal, number 2, I've the first person here and who made that charm is Eva Sefiradu. The second person is Pamela from Gypsy Girl Crafts. Then Julie DaCosta, Kathleen Sundby, Debbie Ham, Raleigh Kale Crafts in the Dungeon. So I'm not going to go through in detail each page, because you can go back through the videos if you really want to look at someone's work, and I also linked you back to their channels if they had a channel. So that's Eva's page there. Pamela from Gypsy Girl Crafts, Julie DaCosta, Kathleen Sundby, Debbie Ham, and Raleigh Kale. So it's her little dangle there. That's Raleigh's page at the back, and then there. So you can see what I've done. I am going to fray this a little bit more, but I really like the old inside of the cover. It looks old and worn, I don't really want to cover it up. I'm quite happy with it like that. I'm not selling it to anybody. It's for me. I like that look. So I'll be leaving it the way it is. I like looking at that. So I think it just looks fab. So that's number 2. I'll put that to one side. I'll just put that back in so I know who's in there. Not sure about that either. I'll probably do some sort of I might actually sort of paper clip an envelope to there that fits properly with everybody's name in. Yep, not sure about that yet, but that's just the finishing off little things that I need to do, and I just wanted to do an update to let you all know what I'm doing, that I'm plugging away at it. Now number 3. With this one, Tracy Lyon Warner sent this. This is number 3. So with her page, she sent this loaded pocket, and I just thought it was a really nice cover for this particular journal. I've added onto it. I've made a soft cover going around here, and then I've just wrapped it around at the back here. I'm not sure about the closure. I didn't want to put a hole. I did it like this because I did not want to put a hole in Tracy's pocket. So I've secured it like that, and it does sort of flop it, but I'm okay with that. I think it's okay. So I just thought that was a really nice cover and a way to use. It was too nice to put away somewhere, and yeah, it worked really well, I thought, with this set, this lot of entries. So Tracy did this loaded pocket, and then going inside this one. So this one I did like. So I did a soft cover. And I've done the spine on some of that craft text, and I've left it empty there so it's got a bit of give, because it's so the spines are so big, and so the pages sit flat when you open them. So in this journal, number 3 is Tracy Lyon Warner, Debbie Harris from Crafty Stuff, Sue Freeman, Jeannie Dreamer, Lenica from Len's Crafty Life, Gina from the Firefly Studio 67, Jacqueline Haley, Hand of the Queen, and Debbie Vignola. So that was the back of the loaded pocket that Tracy sent, and this is her page. And I've just, that's the craft text, that's actually her loaded page there, and I've just added a little bit of that same, this paper line is graphic, is it graphic 45? I will come back to you about that. I think it's graphic 45. It's really, really pretty. So that's Tracy's page there, with all her things. This is Debbie Harris from Crafty Stuff, Sue Freeman, Jeannie Dreamer. I have actually reinforced a little bit in places too, because some of the papers ripped a little bit when I was, because they're so big, these journals, they sort of had a bit of stress on them, so I have reinforced there. Hope you don't mind, ladies, but just so I can keep it all sturdy and nothing breaks. That's Jeannie's page. Lenica from Len's Crafty Life, this is her page. Gina from the Firefly Studio 67, this is her page. And Jacqueline Haley, Hand of the Queen. And Debbie Vignola, I've just taped those there, secured them there so they didn't go wandering. And that's the back of the journal, the back page. So yeah, as I said, I'm not sure about the closure. I'm not sure what I'll do about that yet, because it's okay, but I'm not too happy with that, the seam binding the way it is, but we'll see what I come up with. Yeah, like I said, I just wanted to get them all into the journals and started, so I can go back and fine tune things later. I'm not really happy with that flap. I probably need to have something more, or maybe chop it off and do something with it, not sure, but hey, I'm loving it the way it is. They're all together. This is what I was wanting to do. Hang on, I'll have to put this in there. easy enough. It's easy enough to open up and you know, change things around. So see how we go. And then what I'll do is I'll just go through the others with you. So I showed you number 1, which is the one I showed you first with the you know, what I was thinking of doing first, which was this one here. I'm not sure how many are in there at the moment. Sorry about the wobble. I'm not sure how many are in there at the moment, but I will come back to you with that. And then what I'm going to do is go over here and get a couple more. Now this one here, so this is a mixture of papers and all sorts in here, fabric and paper. And the lovely Chrissy Cross has sent this with her page in it. Which is this one here, and I thought that would make a lovely cover, so I'm going to use that on. So that will be, I've got number 1, 2, 3, this will be 4, and then I've got this one down here, which is so this is Siobhan from Pearl and Button. This is her entry, and she sent me this beautiful toile wallpaper. So I'm going to do something with that. I'm not sure yet. I'll be doing something with that for the cover and putting a back cover on it. So I've got a set of everyone's in there. And then the last one is the fabric one. So this is all the fabric ones, and there is one more to go. This is going to be a largie because of course the fabric is quite puffy, but the lovely Janine from Vintage Shabby Chic sent me this with her entry in it, and I'm going to use that for the cover. I'm not sure whether I'll go that way or that way. I'm not sure yet. So and I want to try and make it both of those, like Chrissy's and this one, like a flap. So I'm not really sure. So I've got all the sort of fabric ones in there, and I've got one more to come yet. That will be a fabric page. So that's all of them. So that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this will be number 6. So I sort of envisaged that I'd have 6 journals. I don't know why I had that in my mind, and that's what's happened. So the only thing is I may have to split that fabric one up a little bit. It may be too big, so I'll see once I get them in, start sewing them in. But yeah, so I just wanted to update everybody that number 2 and 3 are done. I'm sorry that they're out of order, but it's what comes into my head at the time, and it was all ready to go, and I thought what great ideas these were. So thanks for watching, and I will be back as soon as I possibly can with, hopefully with the others done, probably next week. You know, I'll probably do a little bit during the week and then finish them off next weekend and put up another video. So there we go. More to come. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.